Hi folks, welcome back to take 4. I can't pronounce the word Saddleworth, so we're not going to mention that now. Oh, I said it, Saddleworth. Had a call from a client in Yorkshire, Lancashire area a few days ago. So we gets in the car, whoosh, straight to see the customer who's selling a collection of coarse fishing tackle. Now, there was a big collection of centerpin reels in there, which I bought, and it brought me to thinking that how much do you need to spend on a centerpin reel to get good value for money and longevity of life? Well, the short answer is not a lot. In among the boxes of reels, there were some of these aluminium reels, Sheffield style if you like. There are 2 or 3 or 4 of them. They all tend to have wooden or cork arbor cores in them. And when you think this reel with a line guide is probably worth £30 or something, what a load of fun it is to go and fish with that with your old cane rod and try to think you're burning Venables on Mr. Crabtree. It's even got a ratchet on it. Great value. However, the gentleman did have 2 very nice aerials, which are here. This is the Allcock's match aerial. Now, the Allcock's aerials came out in the late 1890s. The deal being that they would spin with a breath of wind. So I cheat and blow on that. That's what you get from a reel which is probably 60 years old. Now, that's not bad. Let me stop it. But the curious thing for me was there are 2 boxes. So if we take the first reel, which is this, it's pretty much mint. As the American friends say, it's near mint condition. It's all correct and original. It has the red box with the Allcock's label, yellow, white with a green stripe. It says on it, it's the Allcock's C340, and it's a 4.5-inch match aerial. That's exactly what it says on the box. However, a couple of years later, into the 60s, Allcock's went through a bit of a company buyout madness situation where Cope, Alman, Top Tackle, Norris Shakespeare, Lee Youngs and anybody else who was around bought in and bought out of the company, and what that produced was a whole range of different boxes. This is the slightly later one from the 66-67 period. Okay, the box isn't great. It does have its original aerial C340 label with it and its warranty, which I suspect is void now, but it's worth having as a collector. Both of these spin absolutely lovely. So I'll spin that while also having a chat. What I thought then is, well, if we look at something a little bit more affordable, not in the 150 to let's say £200 on a good day boxed market, let's go back to the J.W. Young of Redditch Rapid X reels. These are great, narrow drum. They spin lovely, especially if you get Gary Mills spindle oil on them, which this hasn't. This is full of grease, so this needs cleaned. Great little reel, super strong, has a built-in cage, so you've got your line guides already made. You can fish them left and right hand wind. You've got a brake regulator on the front, and click, you got a ratchet on the back. This one comes in its flame box. I don't know what I've done with the lid, but trust me, there's a lid. On the more modern reels, I thought, what can you get for, let's say, £50 to £100? Well, £50 or less will buy you one of these, sometimes called Marco Cortese, sometimes called the Kuala Lumpur Gumpa reel, sometimes whatever you want to call it. This reel is brought out from the Far East. A whole bunch of people have branded it as their own reel, and they're not bad. What they'll be like in 50 years, will they be like this? I suspect not, because the materials are cheaper. However, as something that looks great, will probably do you a few seasons, clean it and dry it when you're finished, perfectly acceptable. Move up a grade, Okuma. When your Okuma tackle company started bringing reels out, a lot of people turned their noses up and said, man, it's Okuma, it's cheap. No, it's not. This is a very high quality centerpin called a Sheffield. It's one of the more popular of the range, and already these are on the up in terms of price. So if you've got an Okuma S1002 and it's mint box with instructions, they're around £100, sometimes a little bit more at the moment. They're a lovely reel. Will it look like this in 60 years and still spin like that? Probably not, but maybe. I could be wrong. So if we go the other side of the ocean, Rapala, Finnish, retailing heavily in America, I didn't know they made a centerpin reel. This is called a classic drifter. Wow. Typical Rapala. The workmanship and engineering is amazing. The fact it's a drifter makes me kind of think, is this a steelhead reel for drifting the old gooey bobs in a float in America and Canada? And I think that's what it is. Super, super quality. It's the first one I've come across. I'm probably going to keep it because I like Rapala stuff. No, my cameraman daughter saying, no, you're not. I'm having it. No, you're not. What a lovely thing. It's got a solid core on it, 4.5-inch diameter. That's probably going to last a long time. That's no more money than this. So that's worth considering as a centre pin. And finally, going back a few years, we have the highly polished and very successful Adcock Stanton centre pin reel. Is that a centre pin? Well, there is a pin up the centre that the drum goes on. There is some debate over whether a centre pin should have a pin or a ball bearing. I don't care because it goes round. This has got the serrated edge on it, so it gives you braking. It's got handles. Some come factory without handles. It's mint with instructions in box, and it's probably in the 150, maybe a bit more market. So for a range of reels between, let's say 30 and let's say 150 and a bit pound, you've really got a lot to go at. Some of them are collectible, usable, fishable forever. Some of them are shiny or sit on the shelf and they may not fish for long, but it's a great value market. So if you've got any centre pin reels and good course fishing stuff, we're interested. We're all over the place like a nasty rash. Lancashire, Preston seems to be a hot spot at the moment for us, especially with the Prince Albert Angling Society. We're getting calls every day. So guys, go in the cupboard, get out all your rare reels and boxes and say, hey, John, come and have a look at these. We travel by demand. I'm out most days. And yeah, love to talk. Give me a ring at 07548 871 985. Always like and share and subscribe to our videos. There's another one coming up in a minute about the valuation days. So give me a call on these numbers and let's talk tackle.